fluff flying around. I hope you guys are all really well. Welcome to our little crafty channel. If you're new here, hello and thank you for joining us. Oh, a bit croaky there. As always, I just have to do a little bit of checking that we're all up and running, so bear with me a second. Here we go. We're all up and running, so there you go. Turn that down so you don't hear me twice. And let's just check that I can see if everyone's with us. So, how is everyone this Thursday? As always, I always think, oh, I probably should have looked in the mirror before I come on live. So we are back to our usual Thursday evening slot, which I'm really excited about. It's been a while since we've been able to do a regular live because of just things that have been going on outside of time for tea. We've been away on holiday, we had a few events that we were going to, and yeah, it's just been a bit hectic. We've had preparation for going on TV and a whole host of things that have been going on that have meant that we haven't been able to stick to our usual. I've got fluff on my face, it's really annoying me. So we haven't been able to do our usual time. However, fingers crossed, we might be back to normal normal activities now. Hello Claire. I know Claire, you and Jess really love crafty Thursdays, so yeah, so I'm hoping that we can now get back to this full time and keep a little bit of consistency going on the Thursdays. If not, you know, I'll try and fit it in somewhere else, but yeah, it is sometimes it's just difficult fitting it in with everything else that we've got going on. Hello Sue, good evening to you. If you are watching, then please do just say hello, because it's nice to know that I'm not talking to myself. I can see we've got a few people joining us, which is awesome. And I think, you know, it's difficult for you guys if I'm not here regularly. You don't know whether to be available and tune in. But of course, you can always watch us on the replay. If you wanted to, and watch at your own leisure, because I know that tends to be what I do a lot of the time. I'm not always around when people are live, but I can watch it later on and stop it, rewind it, and you know, just have it in the background, which is really nice. So what are we going to do today then? So a little bit of an update of what's been going on since Sunday. I spoke to you all on Sunday. I don't know if any of you managed to catch Sunday's show, but on Sunday, in fact, have I got the card that I made on Sunday? Here it is. The card that I made on Sunday was for a magazine brief. So this is the example of the card that I made on Sunday, and this is one of 5 cards that I'm going to be making for the magazine brief. So because I'd got all of that to do and I was just struggling for inspiration of what kind of card that I wanted to make, I thought it'd be really nice to show you my thought process when I do get a magazine brief, what I do and how I put that together. So that was a really fun project. For today, since then, I think I probably spoke about the fact that Ant is, hello Shani, how are you? Hi Laura. Oh, she'll be back in a minute. Yeah, we've I think I probably mentioned on Sunday, possibly, that Ant has an operation this week. So I can see a cat trying to get in the door as well there. We do always have a little visitor. So yeah, so we've Ant had an operation on Tuesday on his hip. Are you going to come and say hello, Maisie? Hi there. Hello there. Are you going to say hello to everyone? Hello. Hello, everyone. Are you going to lay on my craft? No. Are you going to go and sit on your chair? You're going to sit on your chair, so come and sit here next to me. That's it. You sit there. That's it. Claire says hello. Everyone says hello. All the tea timers are saying hello. Yes, they are. You're so helpful, aren't you? That's it. You ever sit down there? That's a good girl. She sat down here next to me. I've got a chair set up especially for her so that she can come sit with me in here. So we have to have two chairs, and we mix and match, don't we? Which chair we're going to sit on. I get whichever one isn't free, of course. So back to the story. I was just telling everyone about your daddy being poorly because he's had his hip operation. So he's had an operation on his hip. His cartilage in his hip joint had torn, and basically it was flapping about, which then kept getting caught and was causing him a lot of pain. So he's had an operation to have that stitched back together and attached to the joint so that it's not going to cause him any more pain. But in order to do that, they have to dislocate his hip, which is quite a nasty thing to go through. Obviously he was under general anaesthetic, but he's in a lot of pain now, of course, and he's on crutches, can't really get about. So I'm doing lots of fetching and carrying and helping him out, but he's really just confined to his bed at the moment. So yeah, he's going to be off his feet really for the next 4 weeks, they've said. So he's fine, he's okay. He's just, obviously it's a bit sore, and it's obviously painful to move the hip joint too much. So I thought, when I was thinking about what I was going to do tonight, I had a couple of ideas. I was thinking maybe that I would talk you through what we're going to do on Hobby Maker this weekend, because we're back on Hobby Maker on Sunday, and at 5 o'clock on Sunday. I've not done any of my prep yet for that because we've just been too busy, so I've done no prep at all, and I do need to do some prep. So I thought, do I take you through a bit of prep for Sunday, show you what we're going to be taking on to the show, or do I do a get well soon card for Anne, because that would be quite cute, wouldn't it? So Shani, thank you. I will pass on the message. You know, he's doing okay. He's actually doing much better than I thought he would. We were really worried that he was going to be, you know, unable to move and in so much pain, but he's managing it pretty well. So yes, so thank you. Thank you, Sue. And these little critters are obviously very intrigued by the crutches and the hobbling about, and obviously they want to sit on his poorly leg, which is just typical, isn't it? So, but you don't know, do you? No. So with Maisie helping me, I think I might be inclined to do him a get well card. Shall we do that? Because we've got some amazing dies and stamps for that very purpose. I'm just going to have a look in my dies, because I'm not sure if it's in here or it's not, because we've got the get well soon. Here we go. The get well soon die, which I think will be great. So I think we'll use that. And I'm going to get one of my, I don't know whether to use a stencil for this bit, or we go with a die. So I've got grabbing all of my bits here, and then there it is, look. The first one at the front, which is really handy. So the Get Well Soon stamp set. So I think that's the one that I'll use. We'll do a little narwhal, I think, with the Get Well Soon and his little painkillers. and I'll put him a little plaster on his imaginary hip, because narwhals don't have hips. But so then I thought maybe what I could do in the background to keep it nice and simple would be to do yeah, the wonky background, which might be quite cool. But thinking about it, the get well soon sentiment might be a bit too large, so I'm going to go to the overhead so that you can see better what I'm looking at. So let's flip to the overhead. Here we go. So this is the stencil that I was talking about, which has got the wonky background, but the get well soon pretty much covers all of that up, so I think that that's probably going to be a wee bit pointless. So what I'm going to do instead of that, because I want to do some ink blending, I want to do a nice, and I want to do a nice greeny blue background. I don't know why, I've just got that in my head, and I think I'm probably going to be using that in one of my demos for the weekend actually. So, oh, this is my big box of dies here, and this die is actually very cool for ink blending on, so I think that might be quite cool. What do you think, little angel? And then we could do a little board around it, a little scallop board around it as well, couldn't we? I've got my square dies, which I've not used for a while. That's quite handy. I think I'm going to go with that, you know. I think that's decision made, to be honest with you. That is, I need that for another project, so let's get that out while we're thinking about it. And that one. So this is all prep for the weekend. Let's have a look, what else have we got? See, this is a great one as well, to just have your little characters in there, but I think because I'm going to go with the big bold sentiment, I think maybe we need to just keep that as is. And this is also good, the quilted die, because again, that's really good when you ink blend it, it really pops. But I like the idea of the swirls because they can be a little bit like sea, and because we're using like narwhals or whales even, I think that could work really well. So I think I'm going to stick with that as my option. That is also a great die, the geometric snowflakes. That will be on the show at the weekend, so look out for that on a special offer if you've not already got it, because that is such a cool die to ink blend behind. Okay, I'm going to go with that. I'm happy with that. Happy with that decision. What do you think, Maisie? Are you happy with that decision? So we now need some cardstock, I believe. And I'm going to start with my background. So bear with me while I just grab some card. Some cardstock. What have I done with all my cardstock? I need loads of it. No, I don't know what I've done with it. 250 GSM, that looks like that's definitely more than 2 GSM. That's the whole lot. Oh, dropping things, breaking my tape runner. We got down here. Oh, it's got some cardstock down here. I think we'll just use this because I need to get some more cardstock ordered, I think. I need to get some nice cardstock. Annalisa's here, hello. So Ant's had his hip operation, Annalisa, so that's what we're making him a card for. And Annalisa says she loves the wonky background, and Laura says she loves the geometric cover die. It is so good, isn't it? It's really, really good. So I'm going to take a few pieces of this. I don't know why I've got fluff on me everywhere. And I'm going to cut this down to a size that's a little bit more manageable. So, oh, my leg's hurting me a little bit now. I think it's coming out in sympathy. I don't know if you guys remember that I also had sciatica before we went on holiday. So we've been in the wars, the pair of us, yeah. So I've had leg pain, which has been awesome. Not, and yeah, it's not been fun. Is it, Maisie? So I'm just going to take a piece of this lovely cardstock here. This is lovely thick weight, 300 GSM, I believe this one is. And I'm actually going to use, this is smaller than the die, but because I'm going to put a border around it, I don't mind that I'm not going to get it right to the edges. It actually doesn't matter. And I'm going to save a bit of cardstock that way. So that's a little, that's me being a bit frugal. So bear with me while I just put this through my noisy machine here. Always comes disconnected. So that's that, and I'll just grab a couple of card blanks. I do have some card blanks. So A6 top folding card blank, and then let's just peel this off here. See, I mean, it pretty much is exactly the size of the die anyway. But that, I don't know if you can see that, just about see that, can't you? The impression on there, the stitching. So this will really show up once we've got some ink on there. You can see that that's then going to go onto the cover of our card base. But I also was going to use this outline, this outer frame, to go over there like so. Now I might do it this way. I just have to see where my Get Well Soon's going to go. Get Well Soon's going to sit there. So you could do it that way or that way, and we could do it with or without the frame. I do quite like the frame. Colour scheme is yet to be determined. I'm not 100% sure as to what outline I want to go for. So again, that's up for debate. Do we go for a metallic, or do we go for just white? Interesting. So I can see that I've frozen a little bit on Facebook. Anybody else experiencing a freezing? Do let me know if yours is frozen too, or it could just be me. Everything looks fine on screen, on my software, but not on Facebook itself. Interesting. Why have you frozen on me? There we go. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Seems good on YouTube. Well, that's good then. So I think it must just be me. So what I think I'll do before I commit to colours for anything else, I might just do my background, and then we'll come back to that in a wee while. So it might be we do a little bit of shadowing, something like that. So let's put that back in there. Yeah, I can feel that my legs feeling very numb, tingly at the moment, which is what it's been doing with the sciatica. So that's annoying. But I have been doing a lot of running around and messing around, so it's understandable really. So this is my very messy stamping silicone mat, which I love. And like I said, I feel like I want to do a little bit of a blue into yellow. So, and then obviously that would then turn a little bit green. So maybe a bit of scattered straw, maybe a bit of twisted citron for in the middle, and then a bit of salty ocean. They might be nice three colours to go for. I'm not really sure what I'm really trying to, what I'm trying to achieve colour wise, but let's just go for it and see what happens. So I'm using my extra large blender brush here because I have one that's got the blue on it and it covers so much space. It's super soft, really gorgeous. So if you manage to get hold of these are ones that we are, we're probably not going to get back in anytime soon, because these were really tough to come by. So yeah, they are so gorgeous. So green next. What am I doing? So this is the twisted citron. And I'm just oh, how beautiful is that colour, mixing with that blue. That's gorgeous. And then we'll try a bit of the scattered straw. I was considering going with the mustard seed, but I think the scattered straw is just a bit of a softer yellow, which I really like. So let's get some of that on there. And then I'm going to come down with the green because I want it to be more blue, I think, overall. So let's just put those back in there, and then we'll go back with the blue over this green. And you'll see that transition colour. That's really nice colour. And then we'll just do a bit more of the green onto the yellow, I think. Oh, that looks so nice, very pretty. Twisted Citron is Claire's favourite. It is such a good green, and it makes such a good transition colour. It is lovely. So I think that is pretty good as a background. I'm just going to grab my microfiber cloth to just rub these off. So question for everyone then that's watching. We are sourcing some new brushes. I've got my wish list pretty much together, but I wanted to ask you guys, what colour brushes are you missing from your stash, and what colours would you like to add to your collection? Or you might not have got any brushes yet at all, so what colour would you be looking for if you were going to start your collection? Would you want a twisted citron green in there? Would you want more pastel shades in there? Yeah, what would you be looking for? Put that in the wrong place, that's really annoying. I don't like it when I mix up my colours. So yes, you would like a twisted citron shade, Claire. Is that what you're giving me an affirmative for? Oh, I didn't add any water to my showing cloth. So remember, it was a little bit dry, wasn't it, last time? So let's have a look. Got a little bit of spray water here. One of each Distress Oxide colour. Wow, that is a good. Do you know what? That's a really good shout actually, because they're the colours that we are crafting with, aren't they? So if we match them to the oxide colours, that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? So while I've got my little spray here, I'm going to add a little bit of spray to my background. Sorry, did I spray you then, Maisie? Sorry, love. Sorry, my little one. I think I just sprayed Maisie accidentally. So let me get a little bit of kitchen roll. That's such a, Claire, you are an absolute genius. That is, I think that's going to be a great idea. So I need to choose my favourite colours from the Distress Oxides and match them up. So what are your favourite Distress Oxide colours? I love the Salty Ocean. I have to say that gets used a lot. Mustard Seed or the Squeezed Lemon or Scattered Straw. That's a good one, isn't it? So these three colours actually would be great, wouldn't they? And then I think I would probably put in something like maybe a saltwater taffy would be nice, and maybe a nice festive berries colour would be good. Expensive but worth it, very much so. Or even the a banded coral or a kitsch flamingo would be really nice as colours. So yeah, that would be really good. I think there's some very good ideas. Peacock feathers and picked raspberry squeezed lemonade is second. So there you go. So I think yeah, we've perhaps hit upon an idea there, haven't we? And we'll definitely be using those ideas. So if we're going to have this as our pretty background, I think we need to set this apart. Now sometimes a bit of black is really good. The Mariner one and the Salvage Patina are your current most used, says Laura. So Salvage Patina, I have got Salvage Patina. That is really nice colour. Let me have a look. Yes, so the Salvage Patina is a lovely colour. It's a very pale version, like a paler, mintier version of, but this is very close to it, isn't it? I think on the screen there it looks very close. Our aqua shade that we went for, that was kind of the, you know, the kind of aqua colour that we were trying to achieve with this one. We had this one made. So I think, yeah, I think we might look at doing maybe the, I haven't got the Mariner one actually. I've got like the Chipped Sapphire and the Blueprint sketch, and Prize Ribbon is there. Is it the Mariner one quite similar to Prize Ribbon maybe, in a really deep dark blue would be nice, wouldn't it? Like a more of a navy blue rather than the bright blues, because we've had this sort of blue, which is kind of a what would you say, it's a softer blue, isn't it, more of a muted cornflower type blue rather than the bright blues that you get in the distress inks. But yeah, I think a dark blue would be nice. Pine needles for a Christmas shade, great idea. Annalisa says she loves the teal brush and she used it for Sabrina, and Laura agrees it's a good match. It's Uncharted Mariner, it's like a deep turquoise. So it's a bit more turquoise than the peacock feathers. I have to have a look for that one, Laura. I don't have that one. I thought I had them all, and then he brought out some more, didn't he? So I haven't had any of the newer ones actually. So speaking of navy blue, I am toying with, do we do a bit of a navy blue and white kind of a drop shadow here, because this is for a boy. Obviously I want it to be quite I suppose a bit more, you know, the kind of colours that I think Ant would appreciate. So he doesn't want anything too girly, does he? That's a good match for the blue that's in there, but I don't want it to be too blue. But again, if we accent it with a bit of white, it might work. So actually I do have in here a little bit of, I know this is the wrong size die cut, but it has got the scallops in the white, and I do think the scallops in the white going around the edge is going to make a really nice border. So then for the get well soon, if we offset white and perhaps a blue, that might stand out. It's only a bit of cardstock, so what do we always say? It's just a bit of card, isn't it? So we can try it. If we don't like it, we'll try something else. So let's get my border here and another piece of cardstock, because this isn't going to fit on here exactly as we need it to. Or is it? She says, did I cut it so well? It might actually be bang on A6 size. It is very, very close to it. It might be a tad too small. So I'm not going to risk it because I want it to fully fit onto my let's see if any of these are a little bit bigger. So I want it to fully cover my background. Yeah, that one's a bit bigger, so that one's going to cover the whole piece. So that's what we want. So I just secure that in place with some of my washi tape I've got here, and we'll pop this through our machine. I'm so glad I asked about the brush colours. We might have to do a little online poll to see what everyone's favourite options are, because yeah, that we can definitely make that happen. So that's not quite fully come free along there because of where it's being positioned in my machine. So all I'm going to do is just snip that little corner off there. Okay, so now when we add that around the outside, that's just going to make that really pop, and obviously it's going to have a little bit of lift to it as well. The Get Well Soon is going to fit in the middle, and I'm going to do that in this blue. Where shall I put it? Let's put it there. So again, I'm just going to pop this through the big machine, the big boy machine. This one will just about fit through the smaller ones, but I'm going to pop it in here just because it's all set up. So, oh, it's got a stuck look. So let's just poke that out. They look like eyes. They look like little eyes. So we've got Get Well Soon. Just get rid of those. And then I'm also going to do it in white. I don't know if that's going to be. Oh, it will be big enough, I think. So undo that. We've got the Et and L there. So it comes out in two parts, which I couldn't get it to all come out in one, which was a shame because that's really what I wanted. But that's not quite big enough. That's annoying, isn't it? I've got a scrap piece in here that's big enough. It's not going to be wide enough. No. No. Possibly yes. Oh, lovely. Let's try that. Annalise says it must be so hard to figure out how to make it cut one piece. Yes. So yeah, that's just reminded me what I was actually saying to you. Yeah, it's sometimes it's just impossible to get it to do in one piece. Because you don't want to spoil the look of the you know, the sentiment, but you also want it to be easy to put together, because if you've got to put every individual letter down, which, you know, if you're making you know, you've got an alphabet die set, you're going to do that, but sometimes you just want a quick sentiment that's just easy to use, and you want it to come out in one go. So, Get Well Soon. Let's get this out of here if we can. And then the idea is that we would layer one on top of the other, like so, or do it the other way, the white on top of the blue. That looks quite nice, the white on top of the blue, doesn't it? Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you're voting for. Do we want white on top of blue, like so, or blue on top of white, like so? Tell me which you prefer. They both look cute. I like them both. And I don't know whether to go for a blue outline now, but I like both. So you'll have to help me because I can't decide. My brain is too fried to make those kinds of decisions. So while we decide on that, I'm going to make my little character my little narwhal. And the narwhal is quite easy. Blue and white, says Sue. So do you mean blue on top with white underneath though? So Annalise says so Laura says she likes the blue underneath, and Lisa says she likes the white, so you like the white on top. Is that what we're saying? I feel like I've made that complicated for everyone. So do we like this one with the blue on top? All right, so Annalise likes the blue on top of the white, or do we like the white on top of the blue? Get your votes in. So blue on top or white on top, they're the two options. Blue on top or white on top, and then I shall know what to do with myself. So this is stamping card that I've used, and obviously I've cut this out, and that could be used as a focal point, but I'm going to use it to, can you see it again? Right, yes you can. So that's the blue on top with the white border, because it's got to go with the white border, hasn't it? So that is the white on top of the blue. Or if you've got suggestions on other combinations that you think might work better, then let me know. So that's the white with the blue and the background. So white on top or blue on top? Sorry, I'm just having a quick drink. So I don't know whether the white works on top because of the white border, whereas the blue might work better if we had the blue border. It's a query. So Sue's voting for blue on top, Laura's voting for white on top. Oh, this is going to be a tough choice. We've got and Annalisa liked blue on top, so that's 2 votes for blue on top. Oh, so we need some deciding votes. Oh, and now Annalisa's gone for the white on top, so we've now got 2 white on tops, 1 blue on top. Oh, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Yes, you changed your mind. So yeah, we need to know which is it going to be. What are we going to do, Maisie? Maisie's fully asleep. She's not bothered. She's not choosing. She says you're all making too much noise while I'm trying to sleep. Aren't we? So I'm going to do my little narwhal. And I'm going to do him some little accessories on here as well. So I'm going to do him the little bottle of medicine, because he needs his bottle of medicine. He needs his painkillers, bless him. Poor guy. So we'll put that back in there. We also need the little plaster. So yeah, put them just there. There we go. Okay, so let's put these back. This bit of colour. So I think we're going for white. I think it looks like white with the blue background is potentially what we're going for. So my little narwhal, I'm going to colour him in, I think I'm going to colour him in a cool grey. If I can find my cool grey pens. Cool grey 5. These are all the ones I've been using recently. I think that one might have gone in the I need to replace it bin. No. Does that mean we've not got a cool grey? Yeah, no cool greys in there. I've got a cool grey 0, that will do. That will do. We'll go with that. So, start with a cool grey 5, which is the darkest. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. What is everyone up to this evening? Are you crafting along? Are you just watching? What are you all up to? What's been going on in your crafty lives? And another, I'm really picking your brains tonight because I haven't had a crafty chat with everyone in such a long time, have we? So I'm thinking about the next release. I am so far behind with designing, guys. I'm a very bad crafter, bad designer. I'm so far behind. But what would you guys like to see from the next release? Bearing in mind, so this is just a little insight into my world. Any designs that I do that I am looking to create dies for, as well as the stamps. So if I'm looking for stamps and coordinating dies, then it's really going to be at least 8 weeks before we receive them, and then you've got another few weeks of kind of getting your samples together, the design team getting some samples made, getting all of the website ready for the release. And so you're probably talking at the most probably a 3 months lead time. We can sometimes get it done a bit quicker than that, maybe 10 weeks, 8 weeks, an absolute push. So if we're saying that we want full stamps and dies for this next release, which we might not do because of the timescales, you are talking it's going to be a January release. So thinking about what you're going to be crafting in January, is January too late for Valentine's Day, or is it a good time for Valentine's Day type cards? Is it going to be more that kind of thing, or is it going to be a more general pre-spring kind of a release? That's what I'm contemplating at the moment, is, you know, what would we do at that time of year that would be appropriate, because although it's still wintry weather, we're probably looking towards spring releases in sort of February time, aren't we? February and March time. So what would you guys like to see in a January release? Sue says a bit of stamping, Halloween wording, and you might have to be a bit more. Tell me more about what you mean there. I'm not sure if I know what you're asking me for there. Halloween, we've kind of missed Halloween from producing stamps and things. Unfortunately, that is, like I said, the amount of time it takes to get some of these things produced. It just means that we really can't do it. So because we are behind at the moment. I'm having to think into next year now. So Mother's Day release would be good. That is a great idea, Sue. Oh, you're doing some Halloween wording now. You're doing a bit of sampling. Sue, I'm on it. I know what you're saying to me now. Crafting at present while watching. I've got you. Sorry. That's because I asked too many questions at once, didn't I? So, reading some of your answers then. Mother's Day release, great idea. Annalisa says, I would love to see more squirrels, smaller ones than in the Jumping for Joy. They would work well for all seasons, but I'm biased for squirrels and ducks, as you know. Yeah, you do love a squirrel and a duck. And don't forget the terrific digistamps from last year that are still available. Yeah, absolutely, Annalise. That is absolutely true. We do have the Halloween digistamps available. I've got another little cat here playing with a bit of paper. So little Mabel's here. She doesn't really jump up onto the desk, but she's very playful, bless her. So I'm looking for some colours now to help me with my narwhal, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do the same sort of colours that we've got in the background. I'm going to do those on his little horn here. So I'm just finding some appropriate coloured blues. And a good old ferret through. So we are, Mabel, bless her, is absolutely adorable. But we cannot fill her. She seems to be eating so much. In fact, I'm going to do that all the way over. Yeah, she's eating so much. And I have heard, somebody did tell me that the British blue short hair, they're kind of renowned for eating a lot. And they weren't kidding. They really weren't kidding. I'm going to do the tip in green. I'm going to leave a white space, and then I'm going to do this yellow. And I think I'm going to do the, let's have a look, we'll do green on the bottle there. And I was toying with whether I left that white, but I think I'm going to do this green. A very pale green. Actually, turned out a little bit darker than I thought, but never mind. And then blue, we'll do the bottle in blue. There we go. And just a little bit of yellow around the outside of there. Okay, so that's all looking fine. Oh, it is nice to be doing a bit of crafting, I have to say. After all of the whirlwind of other activities that I've been doing, this is a nice little distraction. I always love my Friday evening crafting with you guys. So Laura says, I'm always here for birds. I love daffodil set that I did with the small butterflies. So that was a really unusual set for me, Laura, because I don't normally do sort of flowers. I don't really do birds a lot because I've found that birds aren't always that popular. But I guess it's the type of birds that you do. So so things like birds for Christmas, like robins and things like that, are really cute, and people like those. But yeah, the style of bird for spring, like obviously you've got your cute little chicks, which are quite a good one to do, aren't they? And the lucky ducks were very, very popular. They were one of our more popular sets, the lucky ducks. So yeah, so I guess it is just the type of bird. I've never done a really generic sort of bird. So I would have to have a little ponder on that, but I think they're really cool suggestions, definitely. The lucky ducks, Annalisa loved the lucky ducks. You did love the lucky ducks. So yeah, squirrels again. I love squirrels. So some smaller squirrels would be a great little addition, wouldn't they? Have we ever done owls? So we did do the You Are Owlsome set, but it was just an A7 size set. Haven't done any like full A6 size set, so it was just a really small set. I don't know if I've got any. I must have got an example of it somewhere, but heaven only knows where it would be. Is it here? It's a really cute set, actually. Yeah, there it is. We did have a few left at the last show that we went to, but it's they're fully out of stock now, so we won't be restocking these. So yeah, it was the Be Owlsome. Lots of puns that could go with owl stamps, absolutely. So yeah, we've got I'll be here for you, have a hoot, thanks for owl you do, and don't forget to be owlsome. So I do think that that is a really cute set, and it would be nice to make that into a larger set or something similar, and use some of those puns again. And just pop that there. So yeah, owls are good. And my mum and dad, so if you are from Sheffield or you're aware of football teams, you will probably have heard of Sheffield Wednesday football team. Their mascot, if you like, is an owl. My mum and dad are humongous Sheffield Wednesday fans, and yeah, so they loved the owl theme when we did it. Just popping all of my dies back in their little homes. I can get them to fit. There we go. So let's have a look at this structure then. So I do think on screen that looks like a really nice bold setup, doesn't it? Is it too much white? That's the only thing, but I don't know. So we've got our little narwhal here, and we've got the little pills as well. So I'm toying with the orientation. Do I do this way or do I do that way? So we've got get well soon. If we were to do it this way, where would my little narwhal sit? Would he sit on top like that with his little plaster on his hip and his little packet of pills in his hand? I think that's quite cute. I quite like that. So I think I'm going to go with that, to be fair, because I think that looks really quite funny. and I think Ant would find it funny. So for my sentiment, what I am keen on doing is giving it a bit more dimension, and the best way of doing that I found, oh sorry, Mabel, she's running around under here and she's scaring herself because she's knocking things over, is to use some of this fun foam, because that's going to give me a really nice bit of dimension without me having to mess about. Laura says, "Oh, I'd love a football set, but I'm not sure anyone else would." Yeah, so this is the awkward thing, Laura, is that I think a football set would be really good, because we want to make cards for people in our lives that like sport, but would those people appreciate our style of cards? I just don't know if they would. Like, if I sent my dad one, my dad would love it because it's from me, you know, and he's my dad and he's cute. But I wouldn't send it to any of Ant's friends, for example, because they wouldn't be too bothered, because they, you know, it's not really their style, is it? So I don't know. It's a tricky one, because I would love to do like a sports themed set. So for younger people that you might be making cards for, I'll just zoom back out a little bit so you can see what we're doing. Then that could work, couldn't it? Because you could do maybe different types of sports that would be suitable for boys and girls. Not wanting to be, you know, traditional and stereotypical, but you know, there are obviously sports that girls prefer to boys, and maybe that, you know, that could, but you could make it very gender neutral, because you would be using critters rather than people, wouldn't you? So I do love that about doing the critter stamps, because they are so gender neutral, aren't they? You can use them for boys and girls, and anybody else, regardless of how they identify. You can still use a good critter, and that solves up all of those questions. Can't really offend anyone with a cute little cat or a dog, I feel. So now we can layer these up. I might, no, ignore the words that I was going to say. So do we definitely prefer the white on top? Last chance to vote. I think I do, because when I add my narwhal in, I feel like it does work with the white. I'll get these to line up now. So this would be the blue with the narwhal on top. No, the white. We're going with the white. So you could also do the same technique with the foam for the back of this, but we have got some lovely shaker tape, so I'm not going to do that. So I had gone with the ombre going down, because I thought we were going to do it this way, but it actually still works going across. So I'm not mad about that. I think had I decided to do it, if I'd known what I was doing beforehand, which I never really do, then I probably would have done it the other way. I would have gone portrait style and then blue to yellow top to bottom again, but it's fine. I don't think it really makes too much of an issue. nobody knows what we were intending to do, other than the fact that we've just told everybody. Sue says, did you manage to finish a Tempin bowling theme? I haven't finished it, but I have started it, Sue. So Tempin bowling is still on my to-do list. So yeah, that is a great one. And it's the thing is that I love a set that is more generic like that, because that can be in any time of year set, can't it? It can be for if you're having a Tempin bowling party as well. I think that'd be really cool to have as a set, to invite people to come to your party. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. It's sometimes those ideas just take a little bit longer to make into a reality, because I know exactly what I want it to look like, and like I say, I've made some starts on it, but I've not had the time to fully develop my ideas on it yet. So watch this space for that one. Don't you come up here, you. Now I've got everything. Hello. How can we help you? You want to play with this, do you? This is how you get your whiskers snipped off. Oh, you just sat there. Sat on Daddy's card. Poke that. So helpful, Maisie. So very helpful. Can I trouble you to sit on your chair? Because I've got things to do. Come on. Are you coming down here? Hmm? You're going to get fluff all over Daddy's card. No, that's not for you. No. No, you can't chew it. What are you doing? Not like this. Somebody wants to play. We'll stick these together while Maisie's playing. Although, have you sat on Migaloo? Yeah, you've sat on Migaloo. Oh, who was that? No? So, sorry, that was Aunt just talking to me there. Oh, I was talking to him. We were talking to Maisie, haven't we? Got Fluffy Migaloo. Thanks to you. Yes. So, bit of glue on my sentiment here. Bit of Maisie fluff on it as well. But what hasn't got Maisie fluff on in this craft room? So let's pop that on top of that. So this is going directly on top of the foam to give it some dimension. So just gently popping that, lining that up. Any of the glue that's kind of squidging out, it will dry clear, so it's fine. So I'll just get one of my larger acrylic blocks on top of that, just to help it stay in place. Glue on this one. In place. You're going to go down there, that's it. Finally got it. Annalisa says she's very helpful. Laura saying it's playtime. Annalisa says I'm laughing because these are the same kind of conversations I have with my cat when I'm crafting. When Luna wants me to stop and completely pay attention to her, she starts to chew the packages that have stamps and dies inside, so many teeth marks in them. Yes, exactly. These don't stick. These two don't really chew the stamps and dies, but they love the bits of paper. So any little scraps of paper, they want to chase them and play with them. They're very funny, very cute. So, and I can't, I just let them play, because what harm are they doing, really? And it's just nice having them in the craft room with me. I love, well, because I obviously have my home office here as well. So this is my craft desk, and then next to it I have my like proper office desk, if you like, with my PC on. And it's just so nice when I'm in here on my own, working away, might be doing something boring like my accounts or something, and then they're just curled up next to you, or they'll come sit on my lap. Maisie started taking to sitting on my lap occasionally, and just giving me a little cuddle, and I just think it's so nice to have them around. So we've just got a little bit of drop shadowing going on here, which is looking cool. I don't know why that one's not wanting to stick. So again, we'll just add a little bit of pressure there. Hello Patricia. The ginger cat I had used to love to help me craft, but soon got fed up and started playing with the items and sending them off the table. Yes, that's exactly what happens. Yeah. Maisie really loves the washi tape as well. So I have my washi tape just stuck on the side of my little off bits that I've used. I stick them to the edge of my desk to reuse them, and she loves to play with those and tries chewing them and all kinds. So yeah, they are so helpful. So just offsetting that a little bit, using my tweezers to help me. I wish I'd done a little bit more of a drop than I did, but I think that'll work. That one needs a bit more glue under there. See, that's lifting a little bit. I'll just put that on there. This glue is the Cosmic Shimmer glue, and I think it is one of the best glues for crafting. I know there are lots of different glues out there, and obviously I don't know whether it's available in the States. I think it probably is, but yeah, it is definitely my top tip. So get well soon. So let's pop this border on, because we're doing it this way, aren't we? Now we've decided. You wanted to, so Patricia says you wanted, yeah, they do want to play, don't they? But they always want to play when you're in the middle of something, like, a project, or you've got a deadline, or you just, or you're in the middle of crafting live. And then they want to play. Oh, hello. Did you hear that little chirrup? Is that not the cutest sound? No, wait. Oh, we're going to lay there. That's very helpful for people who are trying to watch me craft, Maisie. Oh, saying stop crafting. Mummy will be done soon, and then I'll come and see you. So we've got, my mum and dad bought them a couple of toys. Well, it was actually for Mabel, because obviously when we brought Mabel home, they wanted to get her a little present. Hi, Laura's got to go. We'll catch the rest with breakfast tomorrow. Have a lovely evening, Laura. Thank you for joining in. So yeah, we've got one of the toys is it's a base. It's got you have to put batteries in it, and then it's got like a little wire with a butterfly on the end of it, and it spins round. and it's got ribbons on it, and it flutters about, and it goes round and round and flutters. Well, all three of them have been absolutely mesmerised by it. They absolutely loved it, but of course, because it's on batteries, you have to keep switching it on and off whenever they want to play, and inevitably they get bored and just walk away from it. But then, you know, when they want to play, then they love it. So, but you look like you've gone to sleep on my desk now, and I need this space, so I'm gonna have to move you. Come on, let's have you. Oh, how can I move you when you're so cute? Come on, up you come. Come sit there. That's it. Put your little bum there. That's it. No, that's mine. That's it. That's it. That's just as comfy, isn't it? So now we've got fluff all over the place. Yes, Claire, my workspace is getting smaller and smaller, literally in one corner. But it's usually the same on chairs and in beds, that they take over all the space, and you end up, you know, hunched up in one corner or hanging off the edge of the bed, because we can't disturb them, can we? That would just be wrong. So get well soon. That's going to sit down there, and then this little guy is just going to be like sleeping on top of the sentiment. Whoa. You are being really naughty tonight. Why are you being so naughty? Okay, what is it that you want that I'm not providing you with? Attention. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue onto his fin, and then also onto his side. So he's got his plaster on his hip, even though Daisy, this is not good TV, is it? You're gonna get glue on your bum. Come on, you're gonna have to go. There we go. Up you pop. Come on. Up you pop. She says, I'm not going anywhere. Come on. There you go. Up you pop. Don't bother your daddy. I think that's probably what it is, that because Ant can't move, he's you know, she's like, well, will somebody come and see to me? Patricia says she loves the colours that we've chosen. Yay! We had a debate, didn't we? But I think in the end it's worked out quite nicely, hasn't it? So let's pop some glue on the back of here, and then get our sentiment in place. Lovely. So it's just nudging the sides there, but that's okay. I kind of feel like I want that to be a little bit more over the edge as well, so just pop that like that. Yeah, that's better. And then final letters, just go in there. So it's really easy to put together and line up the sentiment, isn't it? It's even though it's not all in one, it's not attached, it still really works. So I'm just going to move it across because I want to make it seem a little bit central. It feels like it's not central, but it is. But I don't know, it feels like it's not. And then our little narwhal is going to slot in there. It's quite cute, isn't it? So let's get some of this wider tape. So I've got my big jumbo foam roll, and snap that up. So some of it is going to be overlapping. You're trying to break in. Have you actually managed to break in? Wow. So we'll just pop that there. So very cute. Ooh, just put that into the floor. So finishing touches for this pen, we'll just get our Jelly Roll pen out, and I'm just going to add a few little highlights and dashes. Just to give it a little bit of something. It's cute. Now normally I would add a few little highlights around the sentiment, but because it's white then I can't do that. Patricia says, what's the cat's name? She's Maisie. Her brother, he's very similar to her, he's just a little bit bigger, he's called Arnie. They're both Maine Coon cross with Russian blues, and then we've got the British blue, Mabel, who you've not seen. Maybe one day she'll be brave enough to jump up and say hello. So finally, I think I'm going to add a couple of these little enamel dots because they are a lot of fun, especially when you're doing something that's a little bit sea related. You know, when you've got that little bit of a theme going on, a few little bubbles just look really cute. So I'm just going to dot a few of these about. We've got different size bubbles as well, so I think that might be enough, possibly. Let's do a medium size one just up the top there. I think I like it. Oh, I pushed it right under there. Come back. There we go. Pop it there. So we've got 3 at this side, 3 at that side, which meets with the odd number requirement. We could do a few down here, but I feel like it would be a bit too, maybe a bit too much. Because they're clear, they don't really take anything away from what we're trying to do. And then what I thought I might do, if my glossy accents is playing ball, oh, which it is add a little bit of glossy accents to the horn there. And I might even do the same to the bottle. Just top and bottom there, a little bit of glossy accents. Just makes just a little bit of something extra. So there we go. That's our little get well soon card. It's actually turned out really, really nice, hasn't it? I know we were debating about the colours. That we've really gone with a focal colour of white, which I really like. You could, if you wanted to, and what I might do is add one of the sentiments. I can't see that, can you? So you need white on the background. One of the sentiments here we could pop on the inside. So you've got sending you huge hugs, or sending you tons of love. There's missing you. There's get well soon, of course. So you could add that on the inside. So that might be a nice little touch to put on the inside. Let's do sending you. Sending you. Just make sure that we've got it straight. So I'm just using the grid lines to help me straighten this up. So sending you. So I know this is still a little bit wet, so I may not be able to show you this all that well. But what I thought I would do is do, let's just hold this up so hopefully you can see. Do sending you. And hopefully this is going to be fairly straight. Forgive me if it's not, because we're doing this one-handed. So sending you. Should we do tons of love? We'll do tons of love. So I'm going to use the salty ocean to do tons. So just hold that flat. Sorry if my head is in the way. I'm just going to try and line that up as best I can. Just rocking my my block a little bit just to make sure that I've got everything stamped. And then of love, we'll do again in the black. So just open this up and then line up in the middle as best I can. Of love. Yay! So, and then another little easy trick for, not trick, but just like little touch for let's use a smaller, for the inside of your card, is to do, I feel like I want to use a different colour, but I don't know if the Twisted Citron is going to be dark enough. Let's try. I was thinking about using the peacock feathers because it is very similar sort of colour, but to the ombre effect. But if we turn around and just do that like that, we've got, I don't know if you can see that, but we've got the little pills then on either side of the sentiment. So we've got our little our little insert as well, which I think is just a really nice little finishing touch, to have something to look at inside as well. Obviously you're going to write your sentiment in there, and your message, but to have something that has been stamped as well just carries that design all the way through, which I think is just really nice to do. So, and it also utilizes some of those other stamps that you haven't been able to use on the front of the card. They've got a place on the inside. Oh, I'm fighting with this now. I don't know why this is proving so difficult to put my thing now all of a sudden. Maybe I should have just done it piece by piece. Oh, there we go. We've done it. So there we go. What do we think to the finished result then? So we've got the get well soon, and then on the inside, sending you tons of love. Laura says, could you sign that from me and Henry, please, Joe? No, you can get your own. So that's Aunt's sister cheekily wanting a get well soon card made for it. So I'll put it from all of us. How's about that? Annalisa says, I really like it and Aunt will love it. He better do. Okay, so, well, I think that's us done for the night. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and giving me loads of good suggestions. I've got lots of ideas now for stamp sets, for the new year, but also for those brushes colours. So I might do, like I say, I might do a little poll and see what the favourite colours are, because if I can match them as best I can, then yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. Claire says thank you. Sue says looks great. Patricia says lovely card. Annalise says hopes that it and has a speedy recovery. Me too, because I'm worn out already, and it's only been 2 days. Thanks. Oh, my voice is going now. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been really great to spend time with you. Obviously, if you like any of the products that I've used, just head to the Time Tea Designs website and you'll see them all there. Grab yours, and then these stamps and dies are a great one just to have in your stash for if somebody does get poorly, because you can just pull them out and put together a really quick, fun, cute card. And you know, we all tend to have those moments where something happens and you don't have the right stamp set for it, so having something like this in your stash is perfect. So which is why I designed it, because I was having those situations where I just wanted to make, you know, a little bit of a thinking of you, get well card, and I didn't have anything that fitted the bill, so now we do. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you all next Thursday here for Crafting Live, but before that, don't forget I'm on Hobbymaker TV on Sunday at 5 p.m. With some great offers on some of our existing stamps and our brushes. So I will see you all then. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great evening. See you all